on, guys? Welcome back to another Planet Destiny video. My name is Sly, and in this video we're checking out how checkpoints work within the new Leviathan raid and how you can bypass the flag bearing challenge at the start of every encounter. Now, it is worth mentioning that you should probably always go through the raid the normal way first before using the tunnels. The chests at the end of the flag bearing challenges can give you tokens, glimmer, engrams, and if you're on your Acreus quest, Emperor seals. So even though it might be a bit of a pain to keep doing this before each encounter and 3 and 9 times a week, it is worth it, at least for right now. Now, the raid in Destiny 2 works a bit differently, and if your team calls it quits due to a late night, or if you're rolling with some randoms who aren't quite raid material, then this will help you to get to where you need to go just a little bit faster. If you do not wish to grab the chests at the start, or you just want to skip the flag bearing challenges altogether, you can use the network of tunnels and rooms down below to move from encounter to encounter. This network of tunnels is absolutely massive and quite confusing. It's called the Underbelly. If you need help getting from chest to chest, there's a guide up on Planet Destiny that can help you find which one you need, and it will help you learn the area as well. So there are multiple ways to get into these tunnels, and at the beginning, there are 3 different entrances to the Underbelly. There are the 6 levels below the spawn point bridge, which everyone's most familiar with, and in order from left to right, you have to pull the levers 1, 5, 3, 2, 4, 6 in that order. This will then open up a hidden passageway in the direct center of the front face of the raid. You'll see a bunch of pipes that you can stand on that leads into a dark corridor. That's one way in and pretty much the main way in. The other ways are a bit easier, but they put you at different locations throughout the ship. There are 6 levers on the far left-hand side of the front face of the ship. These levers are scattered across various pipes within this room. You have to pull each lever at the same time as a team. There's 6 of them total. There's no correct order here. Doing this will open another way in. And the final way, which you can do with only 4 teammates, is to stand on pressure plates scattered throughout the front face. Now, if you're looking at the front face of the raid, there are 4 of these plates scattered across here. The first one is located on the far left side by these 2 small towers. That's number 1. The second and third plates are located directly in the middle by this plate right here. Take the man cannons up, and then when you land, turn around. Directly behind each of these braziers or large torches, you will see 1 behind each of these. That is numbers 2 and 3. Number 4 is on the right-hand side of the front face. Again, close to those 2 towers. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but they're roughly in the same spot. The order for these plates, when looking at the front, is 1, 3, 2, 4. Simply step, wait for it to click, and then tell the next person to get on. Doing this will open the door right in front of this plate here. Now, each door leads you to a completely different area, so depending on where you need to go or which chest you have to grab, these different ways can be a shortcut when you need it. So that's how you can get into the Underbelly and skip the starting encounter of the Leviathan raid. However, what about if you're already doing the raid? So after each encounter, either levers will spawn giving you access to the Underbelly, or a hidden door will open. Now, what I've come to find out is that each of these rooms are actually really close to the one of the 3 chests it gives you a key for. And after you beat an encounter and open the passageway through these levers, it actually leads you to where you need to go to grab these chests. So instead of accessing them from the beginning or coming back another time and grabbing all the chests at once, you can easily grab each chest after each encounter and then move on to the next encounter through these tunnels. So starting at Bathers, once you complete the challenge and you grab your loot, on the right hand side of the map, there will be 2 plates that have a rooftop over them. There will be like these golden fish kind of levers that appear after the encounter is over. Now, they're not there when the encounter is happening, only after you beat it do they appear. So the order for these levers are pretty easy, as are any levers within this raid. Simply pull the lever down. If it sticks, then you know you're on the right track. But as soon as all of them lift up together, you need to go back and retrace what you've done up until that last lever. This opens a drain right next to you, and this puts you close to one of the 3 chests that can drop for this encounter. But you also use this tunnel to skip to the next encounter as well. So moving on to Puppies, there are no levers here, but once you beat it, head towards the entrance and then jump up and to the right. You'll see a small cave on the rock wall. This puts you really close to the irrigation and conduit chests. You can also use this to get to Callus fairly easily. And finally, we come to the game show or the Gauntlet. Now, on your way to the elevator, notice that these posts have a faint outline of something. That's a clue that the levers will be there when you're done. So after you beat the Gauntlet and grab your chest, take the elevator back down and there will be 4 of these levers on each column. Now, the order to these levers are a little different. First, let's number the levers. If you're starting with mine is number 1, and then clockwise 2, 3, and 4. The order here is 1, 3, 2, 4. This opens 2 different ways. And again, you can get different keys at different times. So depending on your team's drop, you can jump down through this planter or take the hidden doorway that opened. And once again, once you're down here, you can grab the chest and skip the challenge at the beginning of the raid and move directly on to the next encounter. As time goes on and hard mode or challenge mode starts up, most of us will have everything we need as well as the Acreus. So there will be no real reason to do the flag bearing challenges at all. We're going to simply start skipping to every event. Alright guys, so now that you know how all of these levers work and the checkpoints, let's take a look at how you can actually get there. So first of all, go ahead and do the 6 levers underneath the spawn point. That's the entrance everyone is most familiar with, so let's go ahead and use that. When the door opens and you make your way to the first fan lift, this will be considered our starting point. So first up, let's go to the Gauntlet. From the starting point you're at, we're going to take the ramp in front of you. So make your way up the tunnel until you come to your first door. This area here is transfer. Go ahead and open it and alert the watchers. They don't matter unless you're grabbing chests, and since this is for directions only, we're not going to be messing with them. Make your way to the left-hand side of this room and keep going straight. You will end up seeing a conveyor belt, which might look familiar to you if you watched my chest guide here on Planet Destiny. What you're going to do is take this conveyor belt all the way down until there's a way out. Next, you're going to come across another set of door and levers. Just open it up and run past everything, sticking to the right-hand side. Now, on the right-hand side of this room, there will be an additional room with 5 red rings around pipes. This is like some kind of mini maze, like they really needed another one. But anyways, take this pipe and then just keep making left and rights until you come out the other side. I really have no idea which way is quickest, but if you see a pipe ramping upwards, you know you're on the right track. Take it until you see the ramp, and then you should be out of there in just a few turns. Once you're out, just follow the tunnel and you will see another concrete barrier. Once your entire fire team is there with you, standing next to this concrete barrier, it will magically open for you, and you'll hear the same noise you heard when pulling the 6 levers down by the spawn point. This is the entrance to Gauntlet. Just take the elevator up and you're good to go, and right here, like we saw earlier, are the outlines I talked about before. After you beat the Gauntlet, go back down the elevator and those switches will be here. It will open the way we just came and another route through the planter. Depending on which chest you need, that will tell you which one to go to. Now remember, these doors can only be opened by levers or if you're on the opposite side of the door. Some doors will not open at all because that's not the challenge you need to complete, so you can't skip and do the raid in your order. You still have to do what the game tells you to do. Like you'll see here in a second, some of these doors will not open otherwise. Alright Guardians, next up we're heading towards the Pleasure Gardens, or as I like to call them, the Puppy Challenge. So back at our starting point, instead of going up the ramp like we just did, we're taking the doorway to our left. Just follow it and it will lead you to the engine area. Open this door and then run past the watchers. Now there are 2 ways to go here. You can either go straight through the fire tunnel or do a big loop to get to the same area. Now some people just cannot do this fire tunnel, but going through this tunnel is by far the fastest way to get there. Once you made your way through the fire tunnel, just follow the only way you can go and then take a right and start jumping up. Eventually, you'll follow it far enough, you'll come to more tunnels that start to have rocks everywhere. On the other side of this door is the Pleasure Gardens. However, since we're starting at the Gauntlet this week, this door will not open for me. Now let's check out the bathers. So from our central starting location, you're basically going to go the exact same way we just did. Take a left, make your way to the engine room, and then left at the engine room to get to the ventilator area. Once you're at the end of the fans, flip on the fan lift and then make it to the very top. Now last time, we took the red tunnel, which leads you to the throne room and then further down the Pleasure Gardens. This time, however, we're taking the doorway to our left. This will take you to pipeline and drain areas. So come to the door, flip the switch open to the pipeline. Simply skip by the watchers, and directly across from the way you entered this area, there will be a large circular doorway that is glowing red. Take this until you reach a small crawl space. Follow the light here and crouch walk until you reach an exit. Stay straight and keep following the path in front of you. Now there's nowhere else to go here, so you can't miss it. You will eventually come to a drop down. Go ahead, drop down, and then 1 level above you, there will be a door with a switch. Throw the switch, and then this opens the way to the drain area, which also, of course, has the drain chest. Stick to the right-hand side of this room and make your first right. Follow this corridor for as long as you can. It will snake left, then right, then you'll come to a ramp, which lowers you even further down. Finally, at the dead end, you'll see a gold ring in the ceiling. This is the drop-down area for the bathers. This will be open if you're currently at the bathers. However, once you're up there and you start it, this way will slam shut, and the only way to get back through it is through the 4 levers that we talked about earlier. And that, my friends, does it. This is how checkpoints work in the Leviathan raid and directions to each encounter. Now, in all honesty, guys, depending on where you're going, doing the flag challenge just takes a few minutes longer than traversing the Underbelly. Taking these shortcuts are indeed quicker than doing the encounter to get in, but not really by much, especially if you keep dying to the ventilator fans or the fire room, then sometimes it takes even longer. However, if you go through it flawlessly, then it is indeed a shortcut. But that is it, Guardians. I hope this helps you guys navigate your way through the labyrinth of tunnels and rooms underneath the new raid. The best thing to do is to keep exploring, and you will eventually come to learn all of it, as I have from doing these videos. Once you know where to go, it is the fastest way, and you can hop from encounter to chest and chest to encounter without ever needing to touch the Castellum area with the flag challenges again. Take care, guys. Once again, thank you for watching another Planet Destiny video. My name is Sly, and as always, you can catch me on Sly Nation or here on Planet Destiny. Keep those eyes open for tons more D2 videos coming out here soon. But until then, this is your boy Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.